Shamps and Giggles. History, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective. Shamps and Giggles back for 2024. Oh my lord.
Listen, welcome back, Shamps and Giggles. We talk the things, news, views, reviews from a black perspective. We give it out every Friday, and we're there. We talk the things, and at this moment in time, hold tight, Miss Lee, you're there, Denise there, Pinky there, Dion Spice, Supreme Dr. Daya, Sophia there, Toots, Color Queen there, Pinky there, and your host for this week is DJ Smiley. So we're there. Listen, don't forget you can catch us, as you know, listeners, and we're grateful for your corresponding listening ears every Friday, and particularly on the radio stations. So so don't forget, we're on YouTube. You can email us, shampsandgiggles@gmail.com. And we're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, as I said, Facebook, on most of the radio stations on the internet. So many, I will run through them, but we've got so many that we've got listed, and you can catch us Monday to Friday on these radio stations. Let's just run them before we run back into this conspiracy theory, this outage. On a Monday, we're on blackcultureradio.com. Tuesday, we're on rhythmconnectionradio.com. Wednesday, rocksolidfm.co.uk. On Thursday, blackcultureradio.com. On Saturdays, we're on slamradio.co.uk. We're on Rock Solid Radio, Rock Solid FM.co.uk. And that's also on a Saturday. So 2 shows on a Saturday, and on a Sunday we're on Rhythm Connection. All right, and we're also on Galaxy FM. I understand. So listen, we're there. We're here. Come check us out. shampsandgiggles.co.uk. Yeah, that's our website. Come and join us. Instagram @shampsandgiggles. Facebook Shamps and Giggles Black Edutainment. Yeah. So we're here to discuss all sorts of topics. Write into us, and we'll dissect your interests and your queries with our opinions. All right, at Shamps and Giggles here every Friday. So let's go back into it. This outage, a lot of say. I'm a believer that that was too much power in this Crowdstrike. I can't believe that. No, it's not even Crowdstrike. They're the company, but they've got some merit in it. But Microsoft itself, Microsoft has got such a domination throughout the world, and now I'm worried now, because the reason why I say I'm worried now is because it gives an open market to people knowing that there is a system out there that can crash the economy and the gig community throughout the world, because everybody, the majority of everybody, every business, millions, trillions of businesses are using Microsoft 365. I cannot believe that. I just can't. And knowing that people have got that sort of level of power, it frightens me. Miss Leisha, go ahead.
I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory.
Go ahead, it's your opinion. You can say what you want. This is top thing.
It's interesting that there's an outage, and it could affect key businesses. Like, it can affect flights, travel, it can affect banking, it can affect healthcare, and other businesses, like affect them big time. And I think personally, we're going to get into the topic of Trump, I know, later on.
Yeah.
Trump being nearly assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier this week, it was earlier this week, wasn't it?
Yes, earlier this week.
Yeah.
That's correct.
He had his speech and his rally, and a sniper shot him in the air, and all hoopla-hoo broke loose.
Mm-hmm.
And he was scurried away. He hadn't spoken anything until today, I think it is. He had his another press conference, Then there's an outage. Crowdstrike is the name of the company. Who do, I don't know, they have something to do with Microsoft. Anyway, it's interesting because I was listening to a podcaster on YouTube, and they're very, very good at what they do, by the way, very, very good at what they do. And they said they were doing a live stream the day before about the stream, about the shooting. And their live stream was taken down by Crowdstrike. And it was based on the shooting. There was a video that somebody had taken in the audience during the Donald Trump, just before he got shot.
Yeah.
And recording this, what was going on.
Yeah.
And they were talking about this, and they said that they came back to their video the next day and it was taken off air. Now, there's something about the video that was shown online that nobody can find now. They cannot find that video anywhere. Nobody can find it at all. And it's CrowdStrike that have stricken off. So the person who took the video must have been found out by special agents, and they said, we're going to buy it, we're going to take it from you. And he took it from them, and that CrowdStrike now owns the information, that video, they own that video. So because they own that video, they now had to do an outage to wipe the internet, Google. They had to crush it to wipe the whole internet of that video and any images, because there's an agenda. And the thing is that now Trump has a relationship with them.
My goodness, hold on, mate. Hold on.
I urge people to look at it.
Bells ringing in my head.
Also, the share price dropped.
Yeah.
It's going to go up again. People are going to buy like crazy, because this is just a blip. It was quite high before it's dropped. It's going to go back up again. There's a reason why they did it, and it's to protect certain people. It may be found out as to why, what happened.
Yeah.
But it's something that I thought, and now I'm looking on the internet as well, even more people are starting to even think, CrowdStrike and Donald Trump, something's going to miss here. That something has spoiled the buttermilk in this case.
That's even more worrying now that you've put that spanner in the works.
Well, it just shows that some people with money and with influence can with their influence do what they want. There are people, very famous people, who have done things in the past, and you look for those videos, you cannot find them at all. They would wipe it. They'll pay people to wipe the internet of all of the images, all of anything, so you never know what they've done, anything to protect them in essence. And this is, I think, allegedly, I'd say, CrowdStrike have probably done, because they're protecting somebody for something that's been done, and they've got to cover it up. Because the thing is that it was said that the sniper, the young lad who shot at Donald Trump, was spotted by the
Thomas Crooks.
Yeah, he was spotted by the special agents.
Yeah,
we call them FBI. No, actually, they're special than that. And the Secret Service, that's what they're called, Secret Service in America, spotted before it happened, an hour before it happened. So they all knew he was there. But it's quite interesting that, and the video, I think, even showed that they saw him there.
Right.
So how did he walk? When you think about it, he's there with a gun, it's not like a tiny little gun. It would be a large gun for him to have shot so precisely at Trump. So I think it's all going to come out, it's all going to come out. But there's a lot. The thing is what's happened is with that shooting with Trump, is that a lot of his supporters are going to be support him even more, because it's almost like a what's his name? The President Kennedy
Yeah, that's right.
assassination.
Kennedy, yeah.
He now is on that level of assassinated, near assassinated presidents. So it works really well to his favor. And I know we talk about him, but what happens there in America will affect us in the UK, because they work together. UK and America, they have an agenda. They
Yeah.
work together. They won't let you know they're working together. But when you see some of the policies they come out with, it's quite obvious they do work together.
Yeah. But my shock is that you're linking Donald Trump with the outage company, and now saying that it could be some sort of conspiracy theory around it. And having said that, also that there was a video that was circulating around, and they've purchased the rights of this video, seized it so no one
Allegedly.
else can see,
Yeah.
allegedly, seized the materials and bought the rights to it, maybe paid that person X amount of pounds or dollars. And with that, so it didn't slip through the net, so to speak, they did this so-called security update.
Yeah, they have to do. Listen, they've got to protect whoever they're protecting, because they've wiped it completely off the internet. They've completely wiped it. Something in that video has brought to their attention, and they could not, like, whoever uploaded it, they uploaded because something was on there, and whoever saw what was on there, they looked and went, "Oh my gosh, we've got to get that video. We've got to get it from that person. We've got to wipe it. How do we do it?" Well, it's this crowd, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They Crowdstrike. They work
can do
alongside with Google.
Yeah.
Who do you know in Google? Oh, don't worry about him. He'll know. They sort it out, because they're all big boys in all of this at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If people own shares and they've got influence, they can actually get this done. And I think that's what's happened. Cybersecurity, Crowdstrike has gone in, taken the video, and decided we're going to have an outage. It might affect us a very short period of time, but in the long run, it's people going to lose a little bit of money, but it's a small blip in the system. People are going to
They've
forget.
done it for national safety, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, they have to.
Cover.
They've got to. They've got to. Yeah, it is almost like a safety. It's to protect.
National
Not.
security.
It's to protect themselves, and it's to keep the facade going as well, because people have got a very short memory. Next week we'll be talking about something else. Completely forget about what happened.
Yeah.
Like, we'll forget about what happened, and they'll just move on. That is what
Well,
this
that's
is all
worrying,
about.
isn't it? That's absolutely worrying, because if someone's got that, or a company's got that level of power to just wipe enough things off the system for no one to see,
Yeah, but you can
No
do
one
that.
to
I mean,
see.
you think about if you're a small business and you want to wipe something off,
Yeah.
you could do that. Of course, you can do that within
Yeah.
reason. But if you call it an outage, like a technical problem, like a bug, you could call it a technical bug. But if you lose things, it's not really. What can you do? You lose it. Oh, we've lost the recording.
Yeah.
Or what have you, other things that they've seen. Anybody else who's uploaded recordings that are, related to the Trump shoot, and you'll find that there'll be even, I don't know, I haven't watched news on television. I've just been reading news, but I bet in the news, some of the recordings that they have to scale back. They'll probably be told, you can't show that. We can only show this.
X. Yeah.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of regulation about what they can use.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my conspiracy
Your opinion.
theory
Yeah,
spice.
that's very, very interesting. You wait till we go on Donald Trump in a minute. That's going to be interesting. And one of our regulars here at Spice, she's saying he's acting like the new Messiah. They're acting like the new Messiah. So if there is conspiracy theories banning around and them buying rights to certain things, we're in trouble. Go ahead, Miss Leisha.
Have you noticed in his him and the rest of his family and other people in the Republican Party, they've all got their fists up like the Black Panthers.
Yeah, power
Have
to the
you noticed
people.
that?
Yeah, power to the people. He did it even when he got shot. Even when he
Yeah,
got shot, he put up his fist. Power to the people. I'm all right. I'm the man.
Pinky, they've become Black Panthers, darling.
Yeah, and they're all doing it.
Pinky there. I think
Uh,
people would be absolutely disgusted if they
yeah,
had their fists up like the Black
yeah,
Panthers.
they're doing it, and it is shocking, and he does that all the time, and I think that leads us nicely. I'm not sure what else there is to say about Crowdstrike, but it's very worrying that this outage took out. I don't know. I don't. It'll be interesting to see when the stats come out how much was lost. Even the stock exchange lost. You know, the whole city lost and closed because the outage. So it'll be interesting to find out if they ever put a figure on what this outage caused to the global economy. You know, it really is surprising. And I'm just going to touch on something before we go on to our main topic. I'm just going to touch on to something. Oh no, I'll do that after because we need. Yeah, it's about the planting situation, which is another thing. I will mention that afterwards. But yeah, I just thought this outage thing. I don't know how far it's going to go, but yeah, it worldwide, and with that, I'm not sure about if you guys were happy with. This is just veering off slightly. Were you guys happy? Oh, Miss Leisha, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add one more thing. One of the things that, if you notice, we no longer own, they don't want us to own anything tangible. So it's even things like money. Money, the actual tangible element of money, the coins and the paper,
Mhm.
they want to do away with and go digital.
Oh, yeah,
Music as well. So once
yeah,
upon a time we had to go to HMV or the local record shop to go and get our records.
yeah.
Even anything, a lot of entertainment as well. That's all technical, log in for it. Everything we do, education, etc., etc.
Mhm.
Even things like this that we do now. So if we don't own anything tangible, and we rely on it heavily,
Yeah.
probably be for our own well-being, communication, all that stuff, money, etc., trading, goods and services.
Yeah.
We don't have access to that, then it can actually control a people
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
individuals. So that shows you there's little things that they tweet, like even when we had the lockdown and the control they had over us and what we did, the lockdown,
Yes.
the of Google,
Mhm.
the scramble, and what have you, it showed how much we really rely on technology now. And
Mhm.
that, to go back to paper, I don't know if anybody felt this because I'm always using my computer all the time for work and stuff.
Mhm.
But when I have to use a bit of paper, gosh, it's like learning how to rewrite again. I
Yeah.
can't remember how to
Yeah.
write.
Yeah. Going back
Yeah.
in time. Yeah.
And actually think about how to form a lot of the, everything. Everything on the computer is there for you. The
Mhm.
tables, the graphs, everything's there. So we're heavily dependent on technology.
Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah. Too much. I think too much, and it just shows you what happened today. The level of faith and trust and needy um, the world needs on computer, on software and on IT, because I can't believe the amount of problems it happened. Cheers. I was going to ask. I can't believe the amount of problems that this one outage did. Um, all right. So, which is very good. Yeah. So, which is good. So now listen. Yeah, and the thing, yeah, you're absolutely right. It just, yeah, the same thing. You're right. Computer systems, we save thousands, millions and millions of people around the world, and businesses save a lot of things to cloud. That's computer based. And who owns the cloud? Microsoft's got a big portion of that. I know there's several people, several companies, several software companies that have cloud, but the majority, I guarantee you, are using Microsoft. You know, they're using Google. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we all use Microsoft in one way, shape, or form. Absolutely true. You know, the monopoly that they've got, and I know that governments have tried and courts have tried to split Microsoft's domination of software, allowing other people to use their own new developed software, which they have succeeded. However, the majority of businesses around the world, they use Microsoft, and they will continue to use Microsoft because they are like world leaders, and they will always use it. Cheers. They will always use Microsoft, no matter how they try to bring in new software companies. They won't switch because the reliability or the length of service that they've had. And that's why they will continue to support Bill Gates and crew. It's just shocking. Yeah, I'm shocked to know how powerful it is, that one company can have that. So listen, everybody, thank you very much on this subject. It's just absolute madness. So listen, this is what it is, and that's how it is. So listen, now let's get into the nicks and grits of it. Donald Trump, the prospective candidate for running for presidency in America for the second time. His first time was a shambles, absolute shambles. Having said that, the US population that will vote Donald Trump in very shortly is twofold. I will talk about the assassination attempt, but I'm just thinking that with Donald Trump, his second term, because my opinion and my belief, DJ Smiley's belief, is that he will win a second term. He will beat Joe Biden. But before I go into more details, Miss Leisha, you've got your hands up, talk to Tim.
I'm going to let you finish first before I put my 2 cents in.
Okay. So for me, my belief is, yes, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, listeners on the radio, he will win. He will definitely win the election. For his second term, he will rip up everything that Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and whatever we're working on. That's going by the wayside. And I think with the issue with Joe Biden's had with his speech and his naming people's names, and Pacific high profile members of his party and also of the world, wrongly naming them, mumbling, stumbling on his words, not coherent enough, and very, very slow. I think that the momentum of the American public will be earing towards Donald Trump, which to me is very, very sad. Even to the point that having just those two candidates fighting for presidency is unbelievable. For a powerful country as America is, it's unbelievable that they can only produce those two to run again as president. I don't know if anyone else has got thoughts on this, or you can go straight into the assassination. That was another issue that I couldn't understand. It just made me think of some of the assassinations that's happened, before, and it brought me back to Martin Luther King, and I hate to see anyone assassinated in that way. So the boy, Crooks is his name. He was a tyrant. He was a coward, absolute coward to do that. So that's my thoughts on it. The assassination was real, but yeah, he was a coward, and the level of hurt that he's caused, not only to Donald Trump and what nipping his ears, but killing an innocent person that was on that stand, a family member, prominent person in the community, a fire chief as well to that. He jumped in the way to save his family. Like, you heard one crack of a shot, it's a shot because it skimmed Donald Trump's ears, and he was on that platform right there. So the next crack he hears, he's going to try and protect his family. And him being killed with that other bullet just shows you that he did save his family, because his family were right there. And had he not jumped in the way, it would have been one of his family members. And it injured other people on that platform. So for me, I don't know. I think it was a poor thing to do, but there's lots of conspiracies out there. And for it to nip his ears as it did, I don't know what happened. I just don't. Talk the things. I've spoken enough. Talk the things. Hopefully you guys have an opinion on it, which I hope you will be able to voice it. This is what Shamps and Giggles is about. Hearing your views. Let's talk the things.
Yeah, I was going to say that it felt like it was orchestrated in a way, and now Trump is milking it because he's now feeling like the Messiah, and his supporters are swooning over his presence. He now is somebody that people want to protect because of him nearly being shot. And then you've got Biden, who can't string together a sentence during
his debate.
During debates.
Yes.
And then naming Zelensky as Putin.
Yes.
And then also naming he's vice president.
Paloma. Yeah.
We can't remember what can't remember her name is. And he didn't know who. It's just really bizarre. But then he had a press conference after Trump was
calls her Trump.
Nearly
calls her Trump.
That's it.
Yeah.
He had a press conference, but he was speaking fine. He was absolutely speaking fine. So something's going to miss here. I think that also people are quite concerned because Trump gets into office, he'll almost become immune from being what's it called? Prosecuted.
Absolutely.
Because all presidents are immune to prosecution.
That's correct. While they're in situ, yes.
Yeah, while they're in situ. But he's got a lot of power. This man's got so many. If he can pull the strings, allegedly, I say, to get these videos wiped down to protect him or whoever it might be, he's got a lot of gravitas.
Yes.
A lot of people who support him, who will help him get where he is. It's I don't know. I just can't understand why there's only two old men fighting for position.
Yeah,
it's just bizarre.
And when you were saying that, Miss Leisha, that his second in command is Kamala Harrison,
That's it. Yeah, Kamara Harrison. Yeah, Harris. Sorry, Kamara Harris.
Harris. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for that, Miss Leisha. Dion, what you got to say about this issue?
I've got a couple of points
Go ahead.
actually. So I do believe that for one, we underestimate Trump. He's a very powerful man. Yes, money is power in America, and obviously money can buy whatever you want in America. I do believe it was set up, hence why the video was down because ordinary people saw that young man on the roof a long time ago and was alerting them about it. And obviously, Secret Services, they would have known, they would have made sure, scalped all the roofs everywhere to make sure everything was safe. Why was that man allowed to be on that roof? Secondly, it clipped his air. So where did the bullet go? Because there was loads of people behind him. If it clipped his air, it would have hit somebody, wouldn't it? Because it didn't go inside him. It clipped his air. So it went past his air and there were people behind him. If you look at the video, there's loads of people behind him. It didn't hit anybody in the crowd. That's one. What's my other one? Him punching his hand up in the air, like, yeah, power to the people. If Obama did anything like that, yeah, they would be people would be going crazy that he did that, put his hand up in the air and fighting his fist and stuff like that. But Trump gets away with it. The other thing, the next day, after all of that happened, they dropped all charges against him in regards to the leak of all the secret documents and stuff like that. They dropped that the next day. Yeah, so all of it, they're all in on it because money, as I say, money speaks, money talks. They're all in on it, and it's all a plan for him to get in the White House. They know what they need to do, and it's not enough to make Biden look like an idiot. They need more than that. And today I heard on LBC that Obama is even kind of telling Biden that he needs to step down. Before the Democrats were supporting him, now he's losing them one by one. So you're going to hear that he's going to retire or step down soon in the next couple of weeks, I would say, maybe in the next week.
All right, well, very good points and valid observation on your points there. One, regarding the bullets, I know there were several bullets shot or fired, that's the right word, fired. And one did, whichever one, I'm not sure which bullet it was, but one did strike the one of his people at the back. That's what killed them. So I'm not sure if it's the one that scraped his ear and went into that person, or it was one of the other stray bullets that young Mr. Crook tried to volley to assassinate Donald Trump. Before I bring in Miss Leisha to talk the thing, the other one, yes, I can understand that about Trump and the him getting off. Yes, they did. The judge said that they looked at the case and they believed that it was unwarranted that they put somebody in position when they shouldn't have. That's illegal to do. And they threw out they not overturned it, but they threw it out. So they found them not guilty and nothing to answer on that, which is one strike that he is happy to hear, you know, and that just gives him the more positive outlook to winning this election.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that somebody got killed behind, because all I heard was they shot down the young man that supposedly made the shot, but I didn't know somebody died behind him. Because I was thinking, where did that bullet go? There's so many people behind him, but where did it go? You know?
Yeah, he it hit a fire chief officer, a fire marshal, a fire chief officer who was part of Trump's entourage, who was invited on the stage as well, and he was a fire chief officer. And I think the bullet which was shot that skipped his ears, I think that might have injured, because there was about four people injured on that stage. However, one of the bullets hit that chief man, because when he heard the first shot and then he heard another crack of another shot, he dived in front of his family. That's how he got killed, because if he didn't dive in front of them, one of them would have been dead with that bullet. So he protected them, diving in front of them to protect them, and he got killed with it. And there's about 3 or 4 people that got injured at that time. So yeah, so that's what I was going to say.
And don't you think it's a bit silly to have civilians behind somebody like
Well,
him that's going for presidency?
You know what, Dion? That is a very good question. A very good question. But you would find that people of power, people, stars, and I don't know, the greats and the goods, they always want an entourage or people around them, with them, next to them, to enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the special occasion. And his special occasion, he was having his conference with all these people around, all his supporters around him. So you will always get members of the public, special friends, next door neighbors, who will be behind you as supporters. So that, I don't think that will ever change.
Well, I think they're going to change it now, because they're going to be all targets if they're going to be behind
Yeah,
him.
very true. Yeah, very, very true. Very true. So we'll wait and see if what changes on his next debates when he's out and about doing his bits and pieces. We're just going to bring in Miss Leisha. You got your hands up for a little while. Go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing. I actually thought after the shooting, I thought that this would be a perfect excuse for the political environment in America to make a decision that they're going to not have rallies and to have like a closed door. So it sort of to eventually, because there may be a threat on a president or a politician's life, they would have done things rather than do it outdoors, do it indoors, and so that it then closes off the people, eventually closes off the people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
I know what you're saying.
and then what happens is you then make the room smaller and smaller of people, make it more and more intimate, to the point where people will only hear the information that they want you to hear.
Yeah, from a recording or
yeah, that's eventually. I thought that was one of the directions that they wanted to go in, but I think that, like Dee Natural said, the fist in the air was very much a Black Panther thing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that they all decided to use that stance. And it's worked. Look, Donald Trump, if he gets in, he will get in.
Yeah.
But I also think that we also need to really keep an eye on our new Prime Minister, because no matter how we might think of it, and this is me being a conspiracy theorist again, there is an agenda that's being pushed that even a new Prime Minister cannot control, because it's already been planned. It's a bit like when they say the Japanese and Chinese, they plan hundreds of years in advance as to what they're going to do. And the same, which is what England's doing, they've got an agenda, they've got a plan. So you've got to just walk with it. You've got to look, okay, you've won, they said to Keir Starmer, but we've got the plan now, and you're just going to be the face of it because you fit the bill, because we've actually run with what's his name, Rishi Sunak.
Yeah.
And Rishi Sunak did his part, and now it's your part now.
Move aside,
what you have to do. Yeah. So, and because at the end of the day, we're only going to be on here for a certain period of time. They're already aware of that. But there's an agenda. There's a bigger agenda than this or next generations. They're thinking generations in advance.
That's interesting you saying that. Very interesting. A bit conspiracy like, with the agendas and putting the wheels in motion, like the cog in motion for years to come. You know.
Well, you do. I mean, it's a bit like you have family, for example, and you've got your children, but you want to be able to provide for them when you leave. So what do you do when you do that? You make sure that you've probably got properties or you've got money invested and things like that. You do whatever you can to make sure that you can leave something for them. And then you train your children to then, or teach them to then do the same for their children and increase their wealth. And it's a plan, isn't it? You do it as though it's a plan.
Yeah, Dee Natural agrees with you. She said it's all been planned in advance. It's all been planned. This is all their plan, and there's a plan to it. It's like a jigsaw, massive jigsaw, and they're planning, and it will, not in my lifetime probably, it will come to fruition. Yeah, not in my lifetime it won't, because they're still planning it. It's still, the plan is in motion. But my worry is that, because as you said, Miss Leisha and Dion, with this assassination attempt, they will try and quail it a bit. He won't be wild enough. You can't control him. Yeah, he is. Trump is wild. And I think that, he'll either do the opposite that we said. He'll either be more forceful and more positive in going out and being noticed with his patch. And you notice with that patch on his ear, hundreds of his supporters are putting the patch on to say you can't do nothing to him. He's invincible. They've put in this white cloth patch over their ears that he's got. They're copying him now. They're doing it right now. And as you say, with the fist in the hand up in the air, like a Black Panther symbol, and that is a Black Panther symbol. And but they are so dominant out there, the Trump supporters. I think that they would outweigh the Black Panther movement with the hand movements, and it would just get brushed aside. And I'd be surprised if they realize what he's doing and what signals he's sending out there. You know, Miss Leisha, go ahead.
Look, the most recent rally that Trump did, when the Republicans voted them in to be to run for the next election, to be the head of their the Republican Party. He said in the speech that he said there was so much. He's very good at telling stories, by the way. He makes me laugh when he tells a story, because he just tells a story how he thinks that you should hear it, and it's the big exaggeration. And he said, I got shot in the air. He said it was a lovely day. It was a beautiful day. Da, 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 you know how he says it. Then he said, I got shot in the air and went to the doctors and the hospital. And the doctor said, there's so much blood, so much blood. And did you know that the ear is one part of the body that bleeds a lot? You know, it bleeds. It's the only part of the body that bleeds a lot. What a load of nonsense.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
But you know what it did? But you know what it is? People will believe that because, and he's got this big patch in his ear.
Yeah.
Like you got a massive patch in your ear. It's so big.
Yeah.
It's to remind everybody that he got shot in his ear. Like, does it really need to be that big?
Yeah, correct. And I think he'll keep wearing that as a symbol and a show of his resilience. Nothing's going to keep me from winning this election. Because, sorry, I'm just going to take a drink quickly. As you know, that they're already hailing it as a setup from Biden's camp. They're already saying that his supporters have tried to assassinate our incoming president, and we're not having it. And we are resilient, and we are going to power through, and we're going to wipe the floor with the voters on the next election. And I think they will win by a big margin, because, as you say, Barack Obama has been allegedly saying that he may feel that it is time that he steps down or moves aside. But how can you move aside? Because there's no one else in the wings to take over from you. unless it's Camilla Harris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
But where is she?
She's very
She's
quiet.
sitting there in the background, quivering in her boots. That's
Look,
what she.
they
That's
put her in
what
a
she
box
is.
somewhere. She's like, she's. They said to her, "Look,
No,
you're
no.
staying here. You're not going anywhere out anywhere at all.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
agree.
send you to
Farce. It's a
Africa."
farce. I mean, I don't think the shooter's from the Biden camp, and the reason what being because if it was a shooter from the Biden camp, Trump would be dead. Yeah, it's from the Trump camp, and I believe Leisha when she feels that. Yeah, that is, yeah. As I said, it's not a Biden supporter. Trump's done that to get more votes. Now he's going on like he's seen death. Is like a near death
Yeah, seen
experience,
death,
and he's coming off like he's God. And I just hate it. I just can't stand him.
Yeah.
He needs to stick to The Apprentice, and that's about it for me. I just don't like him as a president. My uncle in the States, he can't stand Trump. He says he doesn't know what America's coming to. Because it's
Yeah.
like you got the doddery old man that can't remember people's names, and then you got this man who's a narcissist.
Yep, he is.
But I think people like drama, and he knows that he's good at marketing.
Yeah,
And he
just like
understands.
Boris. Yeah, it's just another Boris. Just like
Yeah.
American Boris.
It doesn't matter what comes out your mouth. It's actually what you produce. So remember, Trump is a very successful man. Yeah, he's lost a lot of money, so to say, his businesses. But no, he's kept a lot of money. Like he's just done it the right way. He's just gone bankrupt the right way. That's all he's done. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hasn't the charges been dropped against him now? Then criminal charges.
Some of them. One of the judges in I think it was Florida or one of the states. They said it's got nothing to answer. Yeah, they dropped
Bullshit, man.
it. They threw it out. Yeah.
Absolute bullshit.
Yeah. Well, you can't say that. Sorry, listeners. But
No,
yeah.
it's not recording.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. So we're on record.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Sorry about that. Dion, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if Trump gets in, he supports guns, and
Yes.
I was listening to LBC, and they were saying that America is number one in regards to like how much people's got guns. To one person, 136 guns they're estimated. The next country that has as much guns would be Syria. But America is obsessed with guns. You can go shopping and go and buy your fruits and veg, and there's guns you can buy next to the aisle. That's how they were explaining it. It's like you can buy guns from your supermarket. It's not.
Gosh.
Yes, and he loves guns.
Mm.
So it's going to get worse if he comes into power. They said there's a shooting, they call it a mass shooting when there's more than 4 people that get killed twice a day in America. Twice a day. And more than 4 people get shot twice a day.
That's
Not a week,
a day.
not a month,
Mm.
a day. Yes, and there's 136 guns to one person in America.
136, and he's all for the gun, so there's no way the gun law's coming in. No way it's coming in at all in America if he gets through.
No, it's all money. It's all money. And that's why I'm saying I do think it's going to become a much scarier place when Trump come in, because he's done it. He had a run at it before, so now he's already going to be planning what he's going to do when he comes in. Do you understand? So he's already preparing.
He's planned already.
He had his trial run.
Now you're right.
Yeah, now he's going to kill. He's going to kill it, and it's like no one can't stand up next to him because this is all about money.
Yeah,
all about money.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's not about who is best for the job and all. It's all about money, which is so ridiculous.
Yeah, you said the absolute right thing. All about money and fame. Yeah, Miss Leisha.
Yeah, the rights to carry arms in the USA is in their constitution.
Mm.
So, you know, trying to change that law can be quite troublesome for anybody who wants to get rid of it. Because thing is that there's a lot of people who own the guns
Mm-hmm.
and they carry it around. You know, you go out, you go to Texas, for example, and they've got. I've said a friend of mine's in Texas. They had guns in the house, and I was shown to use it when I was there. I said, if anybody comes and they try and get through the store, you are allowed to use the gun
What?
on
Just like
them.
that?
Yeah, this is how you use it. They showed me the laser, turn the laser on,
Oh,
and went to the shooting range to learn how to shoot when I was there for a few months. Anybody comes here, you just
shoot them.
use it in the house. It was only in the house. I couldn't carry it around.
No.
I was shown where the guns were, and that was it.
So
But
you
the
could
thing
just
is,
shoot them like that without
yeah,
asking
yeah.
questions.
I mean, if they entered, like you could shoot them and claim that you're protecting yourself, obviously. But nobody's gonna like. The thing is that that's their culture, and I think it's the people behind them that are it's who they sell it to. So I don't think that guns should be sold to any person.
Mm.
Like you've got to get guns. People in the UK, people owning farms, and they've got guns on
Yep.
farms in the UK. But they
It's
probably
so
need it so they
true.
can shoot at, you know, venom or what have you that might be trying to kill their stock.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as you say, Dion saying, yeah, it's crazy. Only in America, and why do they need to have that level of ammunition or guns? So it's just, and they keep saying it's freedom of something they got out there, and Donald Trump, yeah, as you say, he's not gonna stop the shooting out there. He's not gonna quail the licenses of guns. He's all for it, and he'd be probably opening more. So thank you guys, thank you very much for that. I think we've got a lot coming forward in the next few months towards this election. So I think we'll just wait with bated breath with what's going on. Yeah. So thank you very much on that subject. Listen, I don't know if you guys saw something that's in the actual WhatsApp groups that's banning around the area. It's in the Voice newspaper. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can't, although you cannot see it, but within the Voice newspaper, they're quoting. I'm gonna share it with our group, and we can go from there, and then I'll try and explain to you what we're looking at. All right. So I'm going to share with the group something, and then we can take it from there. Share screen. So hopefully I'm sharing my screen. I'm hoping. Share. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're seeing at this moment in time, I'm showing my group a Voice newspaper article, which is about a plantain shortage. And it's a plantain shortage in Jamaica. And it says, shortage of plantain in Jamaica following Hurricane Beryl. Officials say 85% of banana and plantain crops have been destroyed in some parishes in Jamaica. And it says the popular food grown and eaten in Jamaica. Go ahead, Miss Leisha.
I like to call plantain God's special fruit. And I love a plantain. But let me tell you something, what that's going to do.
Yeah.
That's going to, look, plantain in the UK costs a lot, in London costs a lot of money.
Yes.
It's going to push the price of plantain up. Those shops are going to be pushing. So at the moment, I think probably last time I bought, normally I buy like 6 plantain. I chop them up and put them in the freezer. But last time I bought plantain, it cost me, for 6 of them, it cost me probably around £4.55 or something like that for 6 of them. And that's a lot of money. Some people get 3, 4, £2. Some people get £3, what have you. But when these plants, now that there's a shortage,
Yeah.
it's going to be a rush for them. Guys, I'm going to be out there tomorrow. Actually, I won't be out tomorrow. I'll be out next week, buying my plantain, chopping them up and putting in my freezer to last me throughout the month. Because the price is going to go high.
Yeah, absolutely true. And the thing is that while you're saying that and this planting issue, I'm just going to read, ladies and gentlemen, especially the radio listeners, the article in the Voice newspaper about the plantain shortage. There's a passage in it that said, popular foods crops in Jamaica, such as yam, cassava, breadfruit, and ackee, mango, and bananas, are all said to have suffered significant damage following Beryl's hurricane force winds and torrential rains. So, and it also says that we understand the need to quick response and time, but the farmers are out there, and thankfully they are resilient in what they're doing. And then you've got the PM, which is Andrew Holness. While our immediate focus is on relief and recovery, we must always look ahead to the future. We are just at the beginning of the hurricane season, which is forecast to be exceptionally active and intense. It is therefore imperative that our efforts and priorities and resilience and sustainability. So really and truly, the West Indian countries, they've got a lot of issues coming with being hurricane season. And hurricane season, as we all know, some of our families are out there and they have suffered. So we need to bear in mind that if we can't get our plantings, what we going to do in England? What are we going to do? If you can't get your plantain, your cassava, your yam, your dashing, what are we going to do? Leisha.
So I've just been having an argument with Mandy on WhatsApp right now, because she just said to me that she can get £3-4 at the moment, and I said to her, how could you gatekeep such information? There's me buying plantain at excruciating prices where I live, and she's getting £3-4. Then she's revealing to me she gets them from bush. And these plantains come out like little tiny little chipolatas, like tiny little bananas. So, so as far as I'm concerned, the plantains that I get, they're big fat, but they're big plantains.
Yeah.
And I've noticed, and we've had this conversation before about Caribbean food or big Black heritage, that the food is getting so expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive. It's to the point where we even spoke about this actually earlier this week.
Yeah.
That they're starting to make tin curry go.
Yeah.
And mannish water.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Tin
It's so
mannish
expensive.
water, tin curry goat in a tin off the shelf, preserved in a tin.
Yeah.
For months and months.
Yeah.
Sell by date will probably be a year. Can you imagine that? Mannish water, listeners, I'm hoping that you guys all know about mannish water and what's in it. But listen, we're gonna leave it there before I tell everybody what's in the mannish water. Radio listeners, we thank you, we bless you. Have a lovely weekend. The sun's been shining, the hottest day. Listen, just thank you very much for being with us on this journey, and we'll catch you again, Shamps and Giggles style, next week, Friday. Good night, radio listeners. But for us on the panel, we're still chatting the things. So good night and God bless. DJ Smiley out.